in Wharton County, what I just handed the commissioners, they redid their courthouse. And my sister lives there, and she's told me that the town and county have flourished since this happened. And they had a lot of dissension and people didn't want it. And they took wings off, just exactly like this one is. Some people say, what if we tear the wing off and the whole darn building falls down? Well, if it does, it does. You know. But we have been so blessed in this county. We got blessed with a grant that a lot of people wanted. We've got all wells coming up everywhere, and we are going to finally have a decent tax base in this county. I heard someone say the other night that this might just last 2 or 3 months. Well, these people are not investing millions of dollars over at Show and Gillette and everywhere else thinking they're going to be here for 2 or 3 months. This is going to go on. And also, as far as contracts go, I was raised in the era where when you said something, you shook hands, it was your word. And I still believe in that. If I sign a contract, that's what it's going to be. This building over here, yeah, it's a chicken coop. It wasn't done right, but you know what? It's done. It's over. 2010 is gone. This is 2011. We need to go forward. Barbara Campaign, same. She wanted a vision for Karnes County. She wanted a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 15-year plan. Well, we need vision, and right now, it's unreal the vision we can have, just because of all the blessings that have been bestowed upon us. And that's about all I have to say, but I just cannot see when you are gifted something, and you only have to put up $1 for every 2, I think most people would accept that.
Sherry Summer. I too would like to thank you all for allowing us to come and speak and to hear everyone stand up and speak with such passion. No matter what side of the fence you're on, I know that we're here for Karnes County, and I think that's what's important, that we all decide that we're going to pull together and make a good decision for this county. And the one thing that I haven't, and the other night when I spoke to y'all, I talked about all the experience I had working with grant money. And grant money is truly a gift. And grant money is something that you never turn back because it is competitive. Someone over here talked about how competitive it is. When I travel to D.C., they tell us there may be only 2% that wrote for these grants that were awarded the grants. And you're part of that 2%. You don't give that kind of money back. And we're not talking about pennies. We're talking about a lot of money. Phase 1 is over $500,000 given to you, handed to you. And I hear those who are against this talk about, well, the money. Well, the money is given to us. Yes, we're going to have to come up with a piece of the money. But why shouldn't we? We sat around for 20 or 30 years and did nothing. That money, we should have been doing this a long time ago. And you're talking about $309,000 on this first project, this first phase. But we haven't spent any money in how long? You saved your money back then. I don't know what the commissioners and the court did before this time with the money. But the one thing that I don't hear y'all talk about, y'all aren't showing us any comparisons. I'm not seeing any budgets for the future. I'm not listening to y'all talk about what our future looks like. You're still working back in 2008 and 9 and 10. And we are not the county that we were. We are a different county. And I spoke to all 4 commissioners, and I appreciate that. So I think I spent probably 30 minutes or longer with all of y'all. So for y'all to hear how I feel would just be to bore you again, I'm sure. But what I do know is the one thing I'd ask is for a new vision from this court. And that vision is we're better than we've ever been. We are better than we've ever been. And that means this courthouse needs to be better than it's ever been. I've heard things about, let's bulldoze it. I've heard things about, well, we're going to do it on our own. What makes us think that we're the experts to do this? I can't believe that any of y'all sitting up there would think you're an expert to tackle this. We have the experts, and I think most of them are sitting somewhere on this side over here, that have come in and they've restored other courthouses. And we have the money and we have the backing of the state. So again, I thank y'all for allowing us to speak to y'all. Again, I ask that you do your homework. I ask that there's been 10, 12 years that we spent working on this project. If you weren't part of it, if you're not familiar with what's been done in the past, go back and read those minutes. See what experts came up here. I know that they just did not come up with this on their own, because when you write a grant and the state of Texas is reviewing it, you've got to have your ducks in a row for them to fund it. So we did some good things here. Whoever wrote the grant, whoever did all the research and put the plan together, it was a good plan because it got funded. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Judy Makeda.
Thank you very much for this time this evening, so that many people from across the county who have lived here for a long time and have called this home can be a part of the solution of what we need to have for Karnes County. And that's what we're looking at here, is the solution. And the solution is either going to be that we leave the courthouse the way that it is, or we're going to form a solution that we're going to be able to make this courthouse more than it's ever been. I don't want to speak again to many of the things that have been said, but I want to give a little analogy here of what you might want to consider. Most of the discourse has been about bricks and mortar. And the bricks and mortar, of course, is what you can go and you can touch. And it's what you can go and you can see, so that's easy to argue. But the pillars are the citizens of this county. And those are the ones that you want to be able to keep held up. Those are the ones that you want to make sure that as sitting leaders, as courageous leaders, would be able to see those pillars in the community and look beyond the bricks and mortar. We have a gift here, as many have said, and maybe there's Eagle Ford Shale right underneath this courthouse. And we have an opportunity for you to be courageous leaders and let everybody in the county work with you, resolve with you, form solutions with you, argue with you, but have dialogue with you. We look forward to that. Thank you.
Did I miss anybody? Everybody that signed up got to speak, or at least was asked, whatever, okay. Moving on, the next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding removal and installation of 4 new sliding doors on the west side of the Karnes County Jail with Mike Cox of Correctional Maintenance Incorporated and Brandon Woods of the Texas Jail Commission. That's Sheriff DeLufka and Keith Yowler. Come on, Sheriff.
I know I gave this back to y'all back in, I believe, September. I gave you one, Peter. This is a contract with Correctional Maintenance Incorporated. And as of 8:15 this morning, when I called Mike Cox, who gave us this bid back in July. I've been trying to get this done since the Jail Commission back in February last year, which these doors, I was talking to Terry Smith this morning, has never shut, as long as he can remember. Somewhere back in the early 80s, somebody had a vision and left all the 4 doors I have on the west side of the jail open. It went along like that for years. Nobody never said nothing about it. Jail Commission come in and passed everybody every year. When Terry and Julian was there, we did it for 2 years with a Don Munoz, and all of a sudden, somebody had a vision. Karnes County emailed a Don Munoz, the jail administrator, and said the doors on the west side of the jail does not shut. Which I went all the way back into the 80s now, and I can't find nobody that can remember even leaving the doors open.
Please turn off your cell phones.
And so Don said we got to do something. So back in February last year, Jail Commission, we had the same jail, the same doors, the same everything for 20 some odd years. They decided I had to go from a 12-bed jail to a 6-bed, just overnight. He said you need to get them fixed. I started working with the Commissioner's Court and the judge prior to this, trying to get it done. We went out for bids. We went and talked to people. We had bids of $250,000 all the way down to this $38,760. I've been trying to get it on the agenda to get it passed. Could never get there. Mike Cox, who's the guy that gave us the incorporated, maintenance incorporated deal this morning, he said, Sheriff, that bid was done back in July. As of November, he said it was good. He told me, he said, right now, I can't tell you. He's in Lufkin, Texas. So I thought, well, if he did it for 6 months, he could do it for another month or two, but he decided he got to come back with another bid. And he's supposed to said he'd try to get back with me within the next day or two. The reason I wanted this on the agenda, it has been a nightmare for the last year. Working a 6-man jail where we're putting between 800 and 900 people a year in this 6-bed jail. I mean, it's kind of hard because I got to get magistrate, because everybody outside of Karnes County, if you take them to Wilson County, you have to have a magistrate. You got to have a JP or a judge or somebody come up here and magistrate. And it's been real tough. I need them extra 6 beds for the simple reason to alleviate some. We're putting between 4 and 5 and 6 people a night in jail now. And y'all look around. We got new growth. We got all field people. We got everything. We got people moving here doing backup for all people. Guess what we're doing? We're putting a lot of them people in jail. Okay? It's bad enough when I had this my local idiot. But now I got people from outside. So I want to get this on the agenda. We've got to start. I talked to Pete, since he's going to be like our contractor for the new building, the courthouse, and whatever else comes along here. I need to get this on the agenda so he can kind of coordinate this, because it's not simple. Nothing in Karnes County is simple, people. Ever.
Sheriff, can you clarify the exact purpose of these doors? These are interior security doors?
They're inside like a dorm area. I mean, that's what they did. These are old,
But
built
they're for
19
security.
for security. 1953 built doors.
And you
They're
have to
10.
have 4.
We have 4. They hold 6 people on the west side, but there's 4 cells there. What the deal is, there's no problem. We always